News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Erica Herskowitz. Stocks closed mostly lower on Wall Street today, dragged by a slump in big tech, overshadowing progress in peace negotiations between the U.S. and Iran. The Dow gained 147 points, up 0.33%, but the Nasdaq fell 351, down 1 1/3%. The S&P lost 28 points, down 1/3%. The 10-year Treasury yield at 4.50%. The 2-year Treasury yield at 4.23%. Meanwhile, oil is declining on hopes for a recovery in flows from the Persian Gulf. Brent crude is down nearly 3%, trading at $78 a barrel. Vice President J.D. Vance says progress is being made in peace talks with Iran.
The final deal is the house. We set the foundation. We haven't built the house, but we've laid a successful foundation to get to a good place for the American people.
Tehran's foreign minister made a similar statement overnight. During a news conference this morning in Lucerne, Switzerland, Vance said technical teams will continue talks on several major issues over the next 60 days. Vance says one of the goals of the current round of talks with Iran was to build a mechanism for keeping the Strait of Hormuz open, and that's been done. He also said Iran has agreed to invite inspectors from the International Atomic Energy Agency, a claim later backed by President Trump, but Iranian officials, who also cite progress, challenged that claim, saying Vance's assertion is false and does not reflect reality. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer resigned today, paving the way for Britain to have its 7th Prime Minister in just over a decade.
Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party.
Starmer is stepping down, but said he would remain caretaker prime minister until a new head is chosen by the party. Andy Burnham, who won a special parliamentary election last week, confirmed that he will run to succeed Starmer. We get more from Bloomberg's Joe Mays.
For now, the immediate focus is Andy Burnham arriving in Parliament today, being sworn in as an MP, and then that question of when might he actually become Prime Minister. We know that the nominations for the leadership contest open on July 9th, and then we expect, if there's no other contender, Burnham could be Prime Minister by, say, July 18th, so sometime next month. So things are really moving quite fast here, and Andy Burnham, as I say, could be Prime Minister in July. He'll have a lot of work to do getting ready for that. Who's going to be his top team? Who's going to be handling the machinery of government? What's his policy plans going to be? Lots of unanswered questions today.
Bloomberg's Joe Mays. SpaceX shares are slipping again today for a third straight day, down more than 10%. After Elon Musk's led company said it's selling investment-grade bonds for the first time, part of what's expected to be a massive borrowing spree to fund its artificial intelligence ambitions. Meanwhile, SpaceX has inked a multi-billion-dollar agreement to provide computing resources to artificial intelligence startup Reflection AI. That deal is part of SpaceX's push to position itself as a leader in the market for selling computer capacity to AI firms. Chevron signed a 20-year deal with Microsoft to provide natural gas-fired power for a proposed West Texas data center. More from Bloomberg's Ed Ludlow.
It's 2.6 gigawatts ramped up to over time starting in 2028, but for natural gas. And so this is both a kind of sort of common sense story where Microsoft has this commitment of doubling its data center footprint over the next couple of years. For this project in West Texas, they are basically saying, okay, we'll use natural gas as the energy source. GE Vernova turbines is the technology or the power generation, and it's all local. It's all localized. But, 2.6 gigawatts is massive. That's the power consumption of the city of San Francisco.
Bloomberg's Ed Ludlow. Former Fed Reserve Chair Alan Greenspan died this morning at the age of 100 due to complications from Parkinson's. We get more from Bloomberg's Michael McKee.
Well, he really changed everything because he was the first Fed chair to put out a statement explaining what the Fed had done at a meeting in 1994. He announced that the Fed had raised interest rates and suggested that they might do so again, which led to a huge bond market sell-off. But it became the practice of the Fed to put out statements, and then gradually they expanded what they did to the minutes and to other programs that they announced and they talked about, and it became very much a transparent Fed, much more transparent than in the days when the book was written about them, Secrets from the Temple. So he was the precursor to what we see today.
Bloomberg's Michael McKee. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Erica Herskowitz, and this is Bloomberg.